Steve, I have to tell you, the ABC7 weather app has been my best friend these past couple of days because we never know where those storms are going to come through, and it's really helped me because I'll be leaving somewhere and it'll say the storm's about to come and stay back inside.
And that's what happened this evening. We had a line of thunder showers and a lot of lightning. You could hear it too coming across the Suncoast, but it really didn't amount to much. We'll look at that on radar in a minute. But if we look eastward from the Lakewood Ranch Cam, earlier today the storms were in the interior over in DeSoto and Hardy and Highlands County up to Polk County, and they thinned out through the evening hours, and then we had some more storms develop in the last 3 or 4 hours. Currently the temperature at the airport is 78, cooled off by those passing storms. Dew point 75 with a humidity of 90%. And our high today was 89, pretty close to normal for both the high and low. The low, record low, 65 in 1968. And back in 1972, it was 101. I remember that day because I was doing the weather here that day. Now across the state, high temperatures 88 in Tampa this afternoon, Fort Myers 90, the same at Key West and Miami. A little cooler in the Panhandle because they had a lot of rain up here earlier today. Just had wave of rain that kept them fairly mild. And across our viewing area, 94, 95, about the warmest spots today along the coast, pretty close to 90 degrees. Now here's what happened. About 6 or 7 o'clock, we started noticing the future radar was predicting something that looked exactly like this to happen, and sure enough it did. That's amazing that 6 hours ahead a high-resolution model can predict this emerging from nothing. I didn't believe it at first, but after 2 or 3 computer runs, sure enough, it verified. A lot of lightning, but you can see it dissipating, and all that's left of it right now is moving up the trail toward West Bradenton and up to the Sunshine Skyway, but even those areas of rain are beginning to thin out. Well, across the nation, high pressure is our dominating weather influence. This is the Bermuda High, and its position and strength determine our weather all summer long. And it's been very strong all summer. It's suppressed the hurricane season, and where it moves, it alters the wind flow. And I think over the next couple of days, instead of the flow being from the south, it's going to be more from the southeast, giving us a more typical summertime pattern. Not really hot over most of the country today. These are high temperatures, 84 at New York City, 86 at Chicago, 88 at Kansas City. Hot in Dallas, 94, but this is where the heat was, with Death Valley coming in with 120. They ended July as the hottest month anywhere in the world. They had 4 days in a row with 127 degrees, the closing days of July. It's a warm planet, at least in the northern hemisphere this summer. And because of a lot of Saharan dust blowing across the Atlantic, our hurricane outlook is still not very active right now. Nothing is going on whatsoever. We would expect that this time of year during July and early August. It really starts to heat up in later August and into September. The Caribbean and Gulf remain quiet as well. And we do have tropical storm, Hector, that's right, moving out in the Pacific. Not really any influence on the United States weather. Well, here's our future prediction, our future cast for Florida for the next 2 days. And if you'll notice, the flow becomes more southeasterly, that more typical pattern I was telling you about that allows our afternoon sea breeze to kick in and collide with the east coast flow, producing afternoon evening showers and thunderstorms. And we got a pretty good chance of them happening tomorrow. As we heard from Rick Adams, not the greatest night to be out on the bay or Gulf, seas 2 feet or less. The beach with the red tide, not great, but the water and bay temperature 87. Here's my forecast for tonight. Look for temperatures to be pretty close to 75 for the overnight low temperatures. Winds will be light. And tomorrow, a partly sunny day, but the thunderstorms will increase in chance to 60% late in the day, high 90. And here is our 7-day outlook, showing that pattern continues right on through the weekend into early next week. Maybe Monday will have more sunshine and less chance of rain. That's our weather, Jacqueline.
All right, thank you, Steve.